Well, this was quite a ride. Movie extravaganza at its finest, storytelling from the storytellers. Most of the movie is set up in early years of the Hollywood, when the time was very different from nowadays, so prepare for a crazy ride. Take a deep dive with me into this story, because today we are talking about Babylon. Even when a film has a 3 hours, it was freaking roller coaster and most of the time very entertaining piece of cinema. Thanks to the fact that the director Damien Chazelle made such a long film, towards the end I had a feeling that I have actually seen 3 movies connected in a long time sequence into the one. Most of the time the movie is a crazy show and people in constant intoxication of drugs live their lives on the edge, completely detached from the reality. I mean, sounds like some things didn't change for many decades in Hollywood. The film could be summed up in words like a mess, chaos, vibrant, or still changing. It begins with a monumental party full of drugs and unbridled fun packed with orgies, compared to which the biggest party from The Great Gatsby only looks like a warm-up party of distinguished society. The film maintains its explosiveness and craziness from the opening almost until the end, and because of this it's a quiet joy to watch it throughout. What takes us through the chaotic years of the early Hollywood and anchor us enough so we don't get lost in all that mess are the 3 main characters whose life stories we followed. The main star who stole the most of the attention for herself was Margot Robbie, who played the character of Nellie LaRoy, inspired by the real person of Clara Bow. Margot fully untied herself for this film and her passion for playing this character was fully visible on the screen. The exceptional performance she gave is a great combination of spontaneity and unrestrainedness. If the film has a spark that makes you watch it for 3 hours, I think Margot is the most important component of it. Although there could be said many positive things about Margot's performance, we must not forget the legend of the cinema, Brad Pitt. He gives an unsurprisingly great performance, which we are used to from him. The character of Jack Conrad, which he plays, is a Hollywood star of his time who shined for decades. Especially towards the end of the film, I feel like this monumental work was a sort of look back at Brad's career. I hope that Brad will not be inspired by this and he will make dozens of great movies in the future. The last main character, Manny Torres, played by Diego Calva, was a nice, stable element in the film with good acting. Tobey Maguire also appeared for a brief moment and he convincingly played a character that was scary from the first sight. Also, Flea's performance, who played his small role brilliantly, should be definitely among the memorable mentions. I would also include the movie title among the film's great details. It seems to me that Babylon could be in general understood as a symbol of the unattainability for a goal we want, but we have to pay a certain price to achieve its illusory peak. It's hard to find a better analogy for the fleeting world of the fame and glitz that Hollywood creates. Everyone is trying to maintain their career and achieve eternal glory that won't slip from their hands at the end. Because of this, the title Babylon for this film speaks for itself. It personifies unattainable appetite for eternal fame and recognition that is at the center of the entertainment industry. The 3-hour length of the film was extreme, but for almost the entire time it was such a fast and fun ride full of interesting scenes that the 3 hours length didn't bother me in any way. If Once Upon a Time had been crazier, with more plot progression and character development, we would receive the Babylon. It can be said that Babylon was like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on steroids. It happens to me that from time to time music and some scenes appears to me like they have a La La Land feeling, and only after watching movie I find out that director Damien Chazelle also made La La Land. Thanks to this, the similarity is probably not completely coincidental. If Damien in the movie La La Land creates a tribute to Hollywood as a place, this film is tribute to cinematography as a whole genre. Even though the plot took place most of the time in the crazy 1930s, the themes that the film discussed mainly towards its end are universal and applicable also for today's entertainment industry. So, these were my thoughts on this piece of art. What do you guys think about this movie? Whose performance did you like the most, and wasn't movie too long for you? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, if you watch video to this moment, thank you for your time and have a great day.